What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Prime Video's new series, Butterfly. Let's rock this. Alright, let's get right to it, shall we? Thanks to Prime Video, I've already watched the entire 6 episodes of this first season and, well, it's a mixed bag. Butterfly is a mixed bag, and I'm leaning more towards it being kinda weak. There are some things about it that I like, and there are some things about it that frankly just kind of falls short. I mean, the show has the potential to become a great action thriller, but a lot of the times it just kind of settles for adequate. Now, I've never read the Boom Studios graphic novels on which this adaptation is based, but I'm guessing they changed the setting and some of the characters to make it more South Korean, which I think is a smart move considering the fact that Korean dramas are hugely popular these days. I mean, look at the cast, look at the lineup. My god, Kim Ji-hoon as a badass hitman, plus that Squid Game guy, Park Hae-soo. So those two stars alone can draw in massive fan base, even if the show itself would ultimately get mixed reactions. But anyway, I digress. Back to the show. Butterfly is grounded and gritty with a not so heavy-handed father-daughter dynamics. It's an intriguing dysfunctional espionage thriller that examines the sense of abandonment. At the same time though, Butterfly also glosses over a few important character developments, and some of the episode's melodrama lingers too much. The narrative can also occasionally be a bit muddled. And that ending in the final episode leaves much to be desired. It's supposed to be this climactic epic collision, but instead, it lacks creativity and thrill. Such an odd point in the show to be running out of ideas. Co-created and showrun by Ken Woodruff and Steph Cha, Butterfly is a character-driven spy thriller that explores complex family dynamics within the treacherous world of global espionage. It's centered on David Jung, an enigmatic, highly unpredictable former US intelligence operative living in South Korea, whose life is blown to pieces when the consequences of an impossible decision from his past come back to haunt him. And he finds himself pursued by Rebecca, a deadly sociopathic young agent assigned to kill him, and Caddis, the sinister spy organization she works for. Starring Daniel Dae Kim, Reyna Hardesty, and Piper Perabo. Seeing Daniel Dae Kim be the leading man in his own show that he also executive produces, I mean, good for you, Daniel. You've made us Asian Americans proud. Kudos to you. But if the show does get renewed for a second season, I hope it can improve somehow because the first season is wobbly at best. Some of the episodes look sophisticated and elaborate, but many of the episodes kind of fall into your generic tropes. I would give the fight sequences and the car chases and the action a grade of B-, and that's me being generous. The fight choreographies are just not impressive, which goes to my point earlier. It has the potential to get there, but for whatever reason, it chose not to stand out. While I understand that there may be perhaps some logistical issues executing those moments in South Korea, but the way that they're shot and edited and put together also matters, and a lot of it just comes across as just basic. The juxtaposition between the father-daughter relationship on one hand and the mother-son dilemma on the other hand is interesting. Although the latter does have a negative impact, because up to that point, Piper's character knows how to stay 2-3 steps ahead of Daniel. But from episode 3 all the way through to the end, she keeps dropping the ball, which causes a bit of an imbalance in this hero-villain conflict. Despite this show's shortcomings, I do think that Daniel's performance is solid for the most part, and he managed to tap into his character's emotional core as a protective father. Both Daniel and Reyna bounce off of one another quite well, although for the life of me, I can't quite figure out why Reyna always looks like she's half smiling all the time, even in serious moments. Look, if you ask me, is this show action-packed and high-octane? I'd say yes, but to a certain extent. It's really not all that it's cracked up to be. But it's moody and aesthetic, and it does a hell of a job of bridging or connecting American and Korean creative voices. So that deserves acknowledgement and recognition. So yeah, overall I give Butterfly the rating of 2.5 out of 5. Again, it's not a bad show. It's just that it's not as strong as I think it can be. But speaking as an Asian American, I sincerely hope that global audiences would give Butterfly a fighting chance.